Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about the biggest mistake all beginners and actually some more pro level adult colors make with Inktense. Now Derwent Inktense is one of my favorite mediums. I've been slowly but surely actually working on combo pages for you guys, which I'll have up in my Etsy store soon. But I was going to do a series on all the big mistakes. However, I thought it would be kind of fun to break them up a little, but also touch on the biggest mistake people make. And you're actually going to be surprised at what this biggest mistake is, which makes it more fun because you're probably thinking using too much water, not enough water, wrong paper. Nope, that's not it. So we are going to talk about the biggest mistake with Inktense. Now, Derwent Inktense pencils, if you're unfamiliar with them, well, made by Derwent, they look like this. Nice chunky barrel. It has, now that you have up to 100 colors, which is why I have this color family chart. Now this book has a lot of Inktense pages already done, so I felt like this was probably the best to use as an example. Now, I'm going to have you take a look at this, because this page is done with Inktense completely. Of course, the jets are flying by. Now, you're thinking probably I activated this with water. I did, which is why it's crinkly. But you're probably thinking, okay, well, she activated it with water, but I'm not seeing what else she possibly did. And we're going to use a Kuretake Zig for this, by the way. I have other methods. I have a whole video on the different ways to activate Inktense. You can look at that. Now, I want you to take a look at this picture. Tell me what you might see or think in your head. What is making it stand out? And some of it's not even done, I just realized, but you might notice a few elements. Now, we are going to find a nice little blank page here, and we are going to start with something simple to show you the biggest mistake. So, as you can see, this is my favorite Inktense book. I have quite a few. And it doesn't really matter which page I start on. I will color it all with Inktense anyway. But you know, we're getting into spring, so I think I'm going to do this one. I will pick a page. Okay, so I am starting with this page here. We're going to work on this little one here. I have dark purple, mauve, and amethyst. Amethyst is from the new set. Now, here is what we are going to do. I am going to take my dark purple. We're just going to work on this little guy here. So I am going to kind of shade in some areas very lightly. Again, this is just the biggest mistake people use with their Inktense, and I feel it is my duty to tell you. Okay, I'm going to do a little here. Now, I will also be creating a video doing like the top 5 mistakes, and so don't worry about that, but I really wanted to touch on this one because I've had a lot of you message me. I know I've been bad about content, but as you know, I'm kind of going through a little rough patch. Now we're using our mauve, just very lightly. I'm leaving some white space, but I figured I would address this one because I've had a lot of people asking like, hey, why is mine not turning out like yours? For one thing, I am using light pressure. Nope, that's not the biggest mistake, though it is one of them. So you can just make a little note of that. And then lastly, I'm going to take my amethyst and just kind of gently put it in there, but nothing crazy. Okay. Now, I'm literally only going to show you this one area, the biggest mistake. So very, very damp. I should not see a ton of water on my hand. Start in the lighter section, drag to the dark, wipe it off. Lighter section, wipe it off, wipe it off. I know what you're thinking, oh, this is the biggest mistake. Nope, I will get to that in a minute. Lightest section. Biggest thing is you don't want to pull dark into light. That's why we go light to dark. You can color it in dark to light, but when you go to blend, you need to blend light to dark. Okay. Okay, and I'm doing what's called scumbling. Okay, it looks really pretty right now, but it's wet and therefore freshly activated. So I am going to actually take a tool. This is my Ranger Heat tool. It'll just dry it. It's nice and quiet, as you can see. Now, why are we drying it? That's because we are going to show you the biggest mistake. Okay, right now it looks okay. Looks a little muted though, because Inktense is very chalky sometimes. Now, I will have another video on getting rid of the chalky feeling, but that's not our big problem here. Right now is, well, it needs a little help. This is the biggest mistake. People will activate their Inktense and then call it a day, or they will try too hard to blend colors and layers in tiny spaces where the water and the ink are going to blend together. It's easier with watercolor pencils, but not so much with Inktense, because Inktense is so vibrant when concentrated. See how vibrant that is? They look like not water activated at all, and these are water activated. So you have to be very careful. So what's the biggest mistake? People don't go back in after and shade. You can pick different colors. I'm still going to take my dark purple. I'm going to show you because we have half here, half here. I'm going to go my dark purple here and just add a little shading where I feel it's necessary to really bring things out. I'll stop about halfway here because I want you to see the difference on each side. Okay. I'm actually going to take my lighter color, the amethyst, just do a little bit here. I still want some white space. I'm going to kind of fill in this area just a teensy bit more. I'm going to take my mauve. Could you consider this a base coat? Sure. Do you have to like go over it like crazy? No. Sometimes I just go in and add a little shading. Other times it needs a little more. Now, one thing I like to do is kind of pull that out just a little. Okay. Can you already see the difference here? Like if you compare this side to this side, and zoom it in. See how this has a little bit more dimension as opposed to this side where it's just kind of flat. You can see the water. So it would be the same thing. I would take my dark purple. I would go in there, shade where I want. Maybe shade a little under this bow. Again, you don't have to, you can do as much or as little, or just leave it as is. You don't have to do this, but if you want to get the most out of your Inktense, going back in and adding a little bit of shading here and there is going to make the world of difference, because look at that. Okay. Now we're going to go back to that page I was saying, do you notice the difference? See this pot here? See how I just went back and very lightly shaded? I actually shaded with colors in here, shaded with colors in here. It's kind of a stark contrast when you see it on just that one, but look at the woodwork here. I went back in and accented the woodwork a little bit with a slightly darker color, especially around here. You can actually see it. See around the doors, you can actually see my dry lines. I wouldn't have that same effect if I just watered it down. I wouldn't have this like blue violet. This pot wouldn't have more pop to it. Can you do this with simple water activation? Yes, but it usually will require a couple layers. And the problem is in adult coloring books, they can't handle more than 1 or 2 layers. Now I do have a method around that, but this is by far the biggest mistake beginners and even advanced ones do. They make their page and then they don't go back and shade it. For example, here. Again, I had a base coat, went back with my Inktense and added some extra detail. Added some extra detail here. Same thing with this bad boy. Went back in and added some green. Went back in and adjusted the wood grain. I even helped add a little bit more to the folds. with dry. Inktense are very nice dry, and they don't whittle down too easily. Same thing here with this wood grain. I went back in and added some darkness in between each of the panels. And then here you go, more as an option. But see, that's the thing with Inktense, you guys. That is the biggest mistake I see. I get people who will send me their pictures and say, why does it look flat? You can see all the little tidbits I've added. You can also add, jets. You can add a little bit off the tip of your brush, you know, to paint in there if you want. You can do a lot of things, but the biggest thing is put down your base coat, let it dry completely. Never try to put it on top of wetness, or it'll just not get the right effect. Put it down. Let it dry, or use a Ranger heat tool. I like the heat tool because I do a lot of watercolor and I don't want things to move. And then just go back and add some shading. Be as little or as much as you want. I really recommend, like, when you're going around windowsills and stuff, it really makes them pop. I'm telling you, I wish I had a before and after, because you can see how much more this pops just by me going back in with a dark blue right there. See that? Makes it pop. That is the biggest mistake. Can you believe it? All we need to do is go back and add a little shading. Now, I will be doing another video of the top 5 mistakes because there are quite a few. I'll briefly touch on this one as a, hey, go watch that video. But there will actually be 5 new ones. So, if you have questions about Inktense, leave them in the comments below and I will get back to them as soon as possible. Thanks, guys, and until next time, take care. Bye now.